Jain there, everyone. Today, let's go over the importance of Gyan Panchami. Gyan Panchami is a day to celebrate and respect the importance of Gyan in our lives. But that raises the question, what exactly is Gyan? Well, Gyan is, in simple terms, knowledge and our ability to understand the causes and effects of anything, whether it's a person, situation, or a substance. Now that we know what Gyan is, the next question is who can actually possess it? Out of the six substances in this universe, only one has the capability to hold Gyan, which is the soul or Jeev. And all of us here watching are Jeev. No other substance or dravya has the capability to have Gyan. In other words, this is a unique property of the soul. Alright, now that we know what Gyan is, let's check out all the different types. The first type is Mati Gyan. This is the knowledge we get through our five senses. Like when your parents say, don't touch the fire. You hear that we should not touch fire, and you get that knowledge through one of your senses. The next type of Gyan is Shut Gyan. This is reinforcement of your Mati Gyan through your own physical experience. For example, you heard fire will burn your hand, and as you get closer to a fire, it starts to burn you, and you start feeling pain from the heat. So, instinctively, you pull your hand back. The next type is Avdigyan. Avdigyan allows limited view into the past, present, and future. The next type of Gyan is Manparaya Gyan. Manparaya Gyan is the knowledge of thoughts of other living beings. You can understand what every other living being around you is thinking. And the fifth and final type of Gyan is Keval Gyan. This is ultimate complete knowledge, and it includes all the other types of knowledge in true, in full. It is the completeness of all the other types of knowledge. So, Keval Gyan is like reaching the peak of knowledge. Anybody getting Keval Gyan goes to moksha in the same life. This means Keval Gyan ends the cycle of life and death and liberation of the soul. It is the ending of sadness and brings endless happiness. So, now that we know what Gyan really is and all the different types of it, I know a lot of you might be thinking, well, I really want Keval Gyan. I want to know everything, and I want to have that eternal happiness that comes with Keval Gyan. So you might be thinking, why don't I have complete Gyan? Well, that's a good question, and the answer actually lies within us. It's all because of something called Gana Veram, or knowledge obstruction karam. Basically, it's a thin layer of karam that blocks our knowledge, and the thicker this layer of karam is, the harder it is to gain full knowledge. Think of it like this. If you ever feel like you have a weak memory, find yourself doing stupid or silly things, or find it hard to grasp even simple topics like basic math, those are all effects of the Jnana Varniya Karam stopping us from gaining knowledge. So now that we have identified the Karam, and which is the Jnana Varniya Karam, the culprit, we might be wondering, how did I get it? And here are some common examples. One is disrespecting teachers and books. Teachers and books are like windows to knowledge. When we disrespect our teachers by not paying attention or making fun of them, we're closing off those windows. When we disrespect our books, like leaving them in odd places, bringing them into the bathroom, or leaving them on the ground and stepping on them, that's also disrespecting of our books. If you don't care about learning, that also includes how getting Jnana Varniya Karam. It's easy to think, why bother, or I'll never use this stuff in real life. but learning is what keeps our mind growing and evolving. If we stay curious, we'll keep ourselves open to new ideas and experiences, therefore decreasing our Jnana Varniyakaram. Another very common example to get Jnana Varniyakaram would be spreading false information. Sharing things that aren't true may seem harmless, but it can really confuse people. That is why fake news and gossiping or spreading rumors is very wrong, and it also makes you acquire Jnana Varniyakaram. We should be mindful of what we share, and as it helps build trust and a clearer understanding of the world for everyone. And the fourth type that people get Jnana Varniyakaram is by mocking other people who are trying to learn. We all start somewhere, and when we mock others for trying, it discourages them and even stops us from growing too. When we make fun of people who like to study, such as calling them a nerd, that's also another form of not of mocking people who are trying to learn. Because when we support each other, we make the learning journey better for everyone and we can all learn together. So, now that we know how we got this Jnana Varniyakaram, which is blocking our knowledge, we all promise to steer clear of those things, right? Awesome. But hey, what about the Karam we already have? How do we deal with that? Should we grab our hammers and smash it all out? Imagine lining up all our Karams and bam, hammering them away one by one. Fun thought, right? But that's not how quite it works, sadly. Instead of actual tools, we need a different type of hammer: mindfulness, discipline, and self reflection. By working on these, we can chip away at those knowledge blocking layers and start clearing the way for true understanding. So let's roll up our sleeves, bring out our inner tools, and get to work on breaking down that gun, one step at a time. Thank you for watching, and I hope that this Gyan Panchami you learned something and you have been inspired to focus on your own spiritual journey and increase your knowledge. I wish you the very best on your spiritual journey. Jai Jinendra.